Did you know that a simple spiral flounce can be transformed into those beautiful roses you're seeing on your screen? Hello, welcome to Venawears Sewing Hub, where we share sewing, pattern drafting, and dressmaking tutorials. In my previous tutorial, I showed you how to draft a perfect spiral flounce. If you haven't watched that video yet, I'll leave the link in the description or in my comment section. After cutting out your drafted flounce, the next thing to do is to cut out a base. You can use whatever size that you prefer. In this tutorial, I used a round surface to achieve that purpose. And since I'll be making 3 roses, I had to cut out 6 pieces in total. I decided to cut it like that because I wanted to line it, and the reason why I also did it was because of the nature of the fabric. In this tutorial, I used Mikado silk to achieve this purpose. When I was done attaching the lining to the main fabric, I turned it inside out, then gave it a good press. After pressing it, the part where I used to turn it inside out, I had to stitch it down with 1/4 of an inch before marking out the lines where I'll run my spiral flounce on. Before attaching the spiral flounce to the already prepared base, I had to conceal the edges. Remember I told you I used Mikado silk for this particular tutorial. You can use other fabric to achieve this. You can use your organza or organdy or even crepe, whatever fabric you need, but for the purpose of this tutorial I used Mikado silk. So I concealed the edges of the spiral flounce, the both side. Then after that was done, I turned it inside out and gave it a good press. The next stage is to mark out where you want the flounce to be. In this tutorial, I use 1/2 of an inch to separate each lines, and those lines were the lines I used to sew the flounce. When you're done marking it out, you bring your flounce, your already ironed flounce, and place it at the edge of the base. If you notice what I did here, I had to pleat it. To get that fullness on your rose, you will need to pleat it. So here, I pleated using 3/4 of an inch and sew round. When you're doing this, please don't rush the process. Pleat it in a kissed form, whereby the pleat is facing each other as you see me do in the video. When you're about to get to the second line, just ensure you raise your flounce up and move it gently down to the second line. Pleat it and sew down. Remember, the pleat is a case pleat, so you just sew along the lines that you've already marked and pleat gently. If you've enjoyed this video up to this moment, it shows that you're actually learning something good. So to encourage the channel, why not give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't. With the nature of this fabric that I use, it is quite thick. I was really gentle while sewing. When I got towards the end of my base, I found it difficult to stitch through because of the thickness of the fabric. So towards the end, I had to cut out my flounce. I measured it before cutting it out, if you noticed. Then after doing that, I had to seal up that other part and roll it up as you see me do in the video. Roll it gently and in a neat way. Ensure the part that you sealed, the outer part, the end of the flounce that you sealed, is inside the mid part of your fold. I don't know how well to explain it, but just see what I'm doing. Just ensure you put it inside to create that rose effect as you see in this video. The next thing to do is to thread your needle with the matching color of your fabric. So I threaded mine with red and I doubled it. Since the fabric I used for this tutorial is quite thick, I had to use a strong needle, a bigger needle, to do my tacking. Please take note of that. If you know your fabric is thick, please go for a needle that is big and strong. When tacking this rose, I ensured that my rose is not scattered. I used my hand to arrange it while tacking. This is very important. You just have to tack properly, follow the structure of the rose at the middle and tack. Use your hands to arrange it, then tack it accordingly. At this point, I was done with my tacking. I checked the rows and I liked what I saw. So after checking and I was certain that what I did was okay, I tacked it at the back. And now I've done two, so I repeated the same process for the third one. I rolled it up, then tacked it down. This is the final look of how the roses turn out. What do you think about it? Please share your response in the comment section. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you haven't. Also, you can give this video a thumbs up. See you in my next video. Bye.